And I don't know how does this
Yeah,
work?
so if anyone has any questions, you can ask Mr. On at this time.
Yes, Mr. Ron, yes, Shelley Lewis from Global Impact News. What are the consequences of persons who cannot meet the outstanding arrears? I'm assuming these would apply to properties that are not mortgaged.
Okay, so yet again, case by case, right? I don't want to group anybody in a bucket. First of all, what kind of property is it? That's the first question. Is it an owner occupied property? Is it foreign owned vacant land? Is it a commercial building? The question is what type of structure, and that kind of guides us into what we can or what we would do first, right? So we go through the process of, let's say it's a commercial property. We would of course go through the process of looking to see, is it rented? It may be that we garnish the tenant, the rent, and we may do that, right? So there are different tools that are in the legislation that we're allowed to employ for arrears. Truthfully, it wasn't something that we actively did in the past, and hence you have astronomical arrears. But we want persons to know that we don't have a choice. We have to employ the tools in the legislation. And that's why I said, I want you to be mindful that the department really does have things that it can do to go after arrears. But we do look at a case by case basis. And something that we don't normally talk about, and probably for another time, but there is something in the Real Property Tax Act called relief. So if you have a genuine inability to pay your taxes, you know, again, if you reach out to us, we will examine your case to see what it is or what's really going on with you. Persons say they can't pay when truly they can pay, but there are cases where persons legitimately cannot pay. We may suspend the taxes. We may put the taxes in abeyance for a period of time. So it depends on that taxpayer's situation. And we look case by case basis. We have many matters in now for relief, and we're examining each one of them based on what it is or what the situation of that taxpayer is. So I don't want to give you a broad brush, but just to say that things like garnishing wages, things like freezing accounts, now the power of sale, reaching out to banks if the property is mortgaged, those are there. It's in the legislation. But like I said before, you know, we really didn't do much, but it's just a different time now.
So the $27 million has been collected over the time period.
That's from January to now. That's just January to now, right? And so, I don't want to move my fingers, but in terms of, if you look at numbers, let me just give you